Hey, welcome back to Star Technology, where between videos, I've been a bit busy. I haven't done too much technologically, but I've been tuning up basically the entire base, which is kind of why I'm not leaving the house, because pretty much everything has changed now. So, why don't I show some of this off? So, first of all, I've just kind of cleaned up the base down here, made it a bit more obvious what really the plan is, how I'll definitely have some things branching off. This area, I'm not really sure what to do with it anymore. I might expand off of it for like more civs and things. I don't know. Over here, I haven't cleaned up the gears. They're still doing whatever they're doing, but I've cleaned up how I access the machines, and that's much neater. And over there, I've been working on the house quite a bit. So it hasn't changed too fundamentally, but I've just been adding a lot more detail work to make it look a bit nicer. I don't remember everything that I did, but I extended the framework, and yes, I did it like this all the way around. It's just 2 layers of logs, because I wanted to bring the logs outwards, but I didn't want to change the interior too much, because I like this. So I've just gone with double width logs. And it was expensive, yeah, but it's done. I've got some trapdoor detents around. I made the roof a bit bigger so it extends over the top of this new frame. And I've been messing with the windows a bit. Downstairs isn't too different. I put the dormers back in because I kind of like them when I've got the split windows here. And from the inside, it looks fine here. But from the outside, it doesn't look great from behind. But I don't think anything's going to be back there, so I'm not going to see it. It doesn't really matter. I feel like I've just made the house look a bit nicer. And also I connected it into the main circle here a bit better by moving the staircase forwards. So I still get that impression that I've got some space up the front while still having it connect here and having an easy way in and out. Right, so I think that's it for what I did between videos. I did a bunch of resource gathering as well. If you're wondering where I got the diamonds and quartz and stuff from, that's sieving sand, I think. So again, I've been reading through all your comments, and apparently the stone generator isn't quite right, and the fluid cell would actually make it quicker. I would have to move this around a little bit to get that to work, but this generation is already way more than I ever need, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. It's fine for the time being, but I know about the upgrade for later. And also because I'm still getting comments about it, I know about the pebbles. Right, I think that's everything off my chest that I needed to talk about. So for this video, I'll obviously be getting into LV stuff because there isn't much else I can do. I might make it to a machine hull in this video. I'm not too sure. It is looking like there's a bit more than I expected. I might be able to get the LV machine hull. I'll definitely get the basic electronic circuit, and I want to start dealing with some of the storage mods. So I was told about Tom's Simple Storage, and it's a mod that I've dealt with a bit in the past, but I just didn't know it was in the pack. And it's a great middle ground between, I guess, having all of the storage capabilities of an ME system without all of the automation power. I mean, it kind of has some of the automation to it, but not to the extent that AE2 can. So I'll probably get this set up in this video as well, because it's not that bad. And I also know about colossal chests. No idea how they work. And I don't know if they work with Tom's Simple Storage. So I'll stick to Tom's for now. If someone in the comments could tell me if they work or not, that'd be great. But for now, I'll just keep it in the back of my head in the event that I need, like, a big external storage. So, first things first in this video, I want to get the LV circuit. And there's a couple things that I need. I've already made sticky resin before. I guess I just didn't collect the items. I'm going to need a lot of this. So I'm just going to get a stack of all of it. I'll need to put the slime balls through as well. What do I need for a vacuum tube? Steel bolts, glass tube, copper wire. Copper wire, pretty simple. Steel bolts, it is just any steel. I only have 4, so I'm gonna have to make a lot more of that. And I'll just make some more campfires. I'll go 4, so that I don't have to deal with the buggy ones. Get myself some more wrought iron, and then I can put all that through to make some more steel. And that's going to take a while. So what else do I need for the circuit? I need red alloy cables. They're useful for a lot of stuff. So that's red alloy wire. Pretty simple. I just need red alloy ingots, copper and redstone, and rubber sheets, cured rubber on a press. Pretty simple. I have made myself some more cured rubber. I may as well press all of it. I'm going to be making a ton of cables. And I don't have much copper. Wait a minute. It's the redstone that I need a lot of, actually. I'll just do like a stack's worth of redstone. So I'll get the rubber pressing, and I'll make some of that red steel. Or red alloy, rather. Right, and that should be all of it right now. I'm likely going to need more, but this is enough for now. And how much steel do I have? 7. Combined with my existing 4. I hope that's enough for now. I guess we'll see. So, I might be able to start assembling this. I need resistors. They take paper, carbon dust, copper wires, sticky resin. How do I get carbon dust? I don't think I can get carbon dust quite yet. Charcoal dust. Oh, easy. There we go. How do I get paper? Oh. I'm too used to SevTech having difficult recipes. And copper wire, copper plates, and wire cutters. I don't have that much copper left. Oh, copper wires are expensive. I am definitely going to need to smelt a lot of copper. Thankfully, I have quite a lot of it. Right, well, I can at least make the 2 resistors for the first chip. How do I make a printed resin circuit board? Resin circuit board? Wood planks and sticky resin. Oh, easy. Finally, a use for my excess slabs. There we go. I'm still going to have to wait on the copper for that. Same with the vacuum tubes, although I can probably make the steel bolts. I think I remember how to do it. No, I just need the bolts, not screws. So yeah, I've got plenty. I actually needed 4. What about the glass tubes? Glass panes? I have spare glass. I can do the good recipe. And that makes 2 glass tubes. So I'm just waiting on the copper then. I can make that steel plate. And red alloy cables. Just need the red alloy wires. May as well turn all of them into that. And I guess all into red alloy cables as well. Right, I've got a lot of copper now. I'm just going to make a ton of wires. 32 will be fine for now. So then I can make 2 vacuum tubes, a resin printed circuit board, and then, yeah, basic electronic circuit. Okay, and that's going to be the most important thing for me to make for quite a while. Because I think, yeah, I can turn these into programmed circuits, so I can get the other machines working. I'm going to want to make a lot of these. And do I have what I need to make more of them now? I think I do. I'll just make as many as I have carbon dust for. So that'll make 14 resistors. I can only make 3 steel plates. That might be a bit more restrictive right now. Oh yeah, and I need more steel for the vacuum tubes as well. So how's the steel production coming along? 11 more. Is this going to be enough? I don't know. I can make 4 more vacuum tubes. I can't make many of these resin printed circuit boards. I got enough to make 1 more of these, and I have some mismatched resources around. My wire cutters broke, so I'll need to make some more. Right, new wire cutters. And that's enough to get me 1 more of these resin printed circuit boards. And I still need more red alloy wire if I want to get another one. These are expensive, and I need a lot of them. I thought I already did a bunch of resource gathering, but I guess not. I need quite a lot more. Well, how much do I need for a machine hull? I need an LV machine casing. That's simple, but I still need more steel. So that's going to take a while. Wait, I already have some steel plates. Maybe not quite as long as I thought, but still a while. So while I wait for the steel to come through, what do I need for tin cables? Just tin wire? I've got some tin. I can get some tin wire. I can turn them into tin cables. That was also a quest. Yeah, and that just goes straight into the LV machine hull. So I think... Is that all the steel plates I need? If I grab my wrench back, it's enough to get the machine case. I need 2 wrought iron plates, and another steel plate. So I'll need to wait for this blast furnace to go for a bit. I might make myself a ton more of these blast furnaces, because I need so much steel. But either way, I've got enough now. I can make that extra plate, and I can make the LV machine hull. And that was not quite as much work as I thought it would take. So now I've opened up a few other crossroads. I can start making some of the machines, like an alloy smelter. What's an electrolyzer used for? Complicated things. I'm not entirely sure yet. I can make a super chest. I still need quite a lot of things for that. I can make a kinetic ore factory. What does this do? It's big. Ah, I can process ores better. I don't know if it accepts purified ore, but either way, this is still better production. So I might want to get that soon. That also seems to be the only way to get gold. Yeah, copper and magnetite both have a chance of giving some gold dust. And that's what I'll need if I want to do some more create things, like the rotation speed controller. That might be one of my next goals then. I've also got a path down here with carbon brushes. Ah, generating RF. Looks like using some create stuff. How does it work? Is it just like a big electromagnet? Oh, it can have different blocks around it. This seems a bit complicated right now, but it definitely seems useful. I'm not sure I need electricity just yet, but that might be my main electricity source for a while. I might be able to get a Stirling dynamo at some point, but carbon brushes is just so much cooler. Yeah, and I think I might not be able to go too much further down this path until I can get some power generation. Yeah, there's a bunch more things that I want to do now, but I don't quite have time for all of them. I might want to get the kinetic ore factory. I might have time for that in this video. But before I get too carried away, I want to get Tom's Simple Storage done, because that'll just help me between videos as well. And I'll probably get a crafting terminal too. It's not that bad, especially now that I have the diamonds. So, I'm going to need a lot of wood. I'm going to need to grab my diamonds and some redstone. I'll need some ender pearls. And I have some spare trapdoors. May as well get rid of them. Yeah, and let's just see how this goes. So, I'll start with this inventory connector. I'll need a comparator, so I need to go grab some of my quartz. And do I have any smooth stone? Yes. So I can make the comparator, and just need 2 chests. I'll make plenty of them. But yeah, inventory connector. And then if I get a terminal, I need 2 more comparators. I don't think I have any glass left, so I'm going to have to make some more. It's not that hard. 12 glass should be fine for now. And I'll grab some glowstone as well. And then I think that is everything I need for the storage terminal. Combined with 4 crafting tables and some diamonds, I can turn it into a crafting terminal. So then I think if I put the inventory connector there, I'm not sure if it accesses those chests as well, but I think it might. I think it does. So yeah, I just have a terminal now to access all my chests at once. Right, and then there's one more thing that I want to do. I want to make some cables. How many of these can I make? 18? Combined with even more chests. Actually, yeah, I can go crazy on the chests here. I've had this idea since I discovered Tom's was in this pack. I can then get all of these inventory cables, bring them up to about this level, and then I'm just going to stick some chests here. And I hope they're connected. Ah, 1 cable short on this side. But then I can just line this bit here with some chests. I think I might need another inventory connector per cable. The cables can't just connect to the chests themselves. But this should just be a huge upgrade on the storage front. Alright, well I need 2 more inventory connectors. And I missed. I just stick them in the corners there. That should connect all of these chests in. I still need 1 more cable there, but yeah, there. So that's a big storage upgrade. And it's really not hard for me to just continuously add chests to this. And that'll also just make crafting much easier, especially if I have to chain a ton of these tools together constantly. It does mean that I'm not going to have so much sorting amongst the chests anymore, but it doesn't really matter when it's all in one. Okay, so back to usual LV progression. I think I'm going to work on that kinetic ore factory. So this is going to take a while. Oh, and I'm going to need a lot of fire bricks as well. I can make them a bit better now. Brick wooden form plus fire clay dust. It doesn't change that much as opposed to the pressing method. Yeah, but I still need to get a ton of regular fire clay. So, how much do I need for the multi-block itself? 61? What do I need for some of these? The bronze machine casing and the bronze pipe casing. Oh, and there's also all of these. The hatches. Kinetic input box? How do I get some of these? Oh, I think I selected the wrong kinetic input box. That is Ivy. But the ULV ones? ULV machine hull? Yeah, that's a piece of cake. Just need a ton of wrought iron. I really hope I don't need this kinetic input box. There is an LV one by the looks of things, so I can use my current LV machine hull for that. How much bronze do I have? Not much. One bronze machine casing. That's very promising. I'm going to need to get myself a ton of bronze. Just copper and tin. I don't have that much copper anymore. Right. I think I'm just going to go sieve a ton of gravel real quick so that I can get some more of those metals. And I really hope... No. It'd be too good if I could. Okay, so that is 9 stacks of cobble placed down. I'm going to need a better hammer. Diamond hammer it is. I'll still run out the iron hammer. But yeah, I'm going to need a diamond one. And now for a lot of sieving. Right, that's actually not as many metals as I thought I'd get out of that. But it's still enough to get me, what would that be, 4 stacks of bronze? And while I wait for the bronze to go through, what is some of the other stuff that I'll need for this? I need to make 3 ULV machine hulls. So I'm going to need some more red alloy cables and a lot of wrought iron. Right, I had enough wrought iron to make 2 ULV machine casings and nearly enough for a 3rd one. I am smelting up some more iron, so I'll turn all of that into wrought iron. So there's the 3rd ULV machine casing, and I've got 3 more plates to turn them into machine hulls. Right, I also need some wood planks. I don't have enough wood, or at least slabs. It's not too hard to fix. And now red alloy cables. So I need red alloy. Whoa, hang on a minute. Does this inventory connector connect to the furnaces too? I think it does. Yeah, because that copper's increasing. Well, I'll make myself some more red alloy. I'm not entirely sure how much I can do at once. Well, the burner lasted long enough to do 32. And it's still going. Oh, it just went out. Okay, so 32 was on the upper bounds there. Right, well, I think I just need 4 more cables. And then I can make the 3 machine hulls. Right. So if I get another chest, I can get the input bus. Then another chest for the output bus. And I think I've got glass? Yeah, for the input hatch. And then I may as well make this kinetic dynamo, or the kinetic input box, because I have that LV machine casing. So now I should be able to make some more bronze. I don't know if it's quite going to be enough, because I did spend some of my copper on the red alloy. Oh, but I had a bit more copper in the furnaces. I guess it's only these immediate 4. Well, time to make a lot of bronze. Oh, the fire ran out. But I've got a stack and a half of bronze. That'll be enough. So I think that was half of my bronze gone just to make the rest of the machine casings. But that's all the machine casings I need. What do I need for the pipe casings? Even more plates. A lot more plates. And some rods. So I need 8 rods, and I can turn them into the 2 frames that I need. I need 8 of these fluid pipes, so that's a lot of plates. I don't think I have enough bronze. Yep, I can make 6 pipes, and that's it. So I need to just keep making more bronze. Okay, that was perfectly timed. Wow, that's a lot more bronze. I think I'll just get 32 of the bronze plates. I need 2 more fluid pipes, and I think I might have actually made too many plates already, because there's the 2 pipe casings. Okay, so now it's just the bit that I've been putting off the whole time. I need the kinetic ore factory, and that's a ton of fire bricks. Do I have the brass for all of that? Probably not. No, I think I'm one short, actually. Brass is also reasonably simple. But I really don't have much copper. I could make it just a little bit more. I think that'll barely be enough for me to continue, but yeah, I desperately need more copper. Right, so I think that's all the brass stuff that I need for this. Now I just need the fire bricks. I need 61. So 61 fire bricks is 244 of the item. Yes. So that means 244 clay. And that's just shy of 4 stacks. So that means a lot of dust. And I'm not going to manually bucket it in this time. We have better technology. It's not to say it's much quicker. I'd say it's kind of comparable. But if I move some things around here, I can have this go passively. It's just going to accumulate in this because I forgot this chest was full, but it still works for storage. Now that I think about it, I should have done that as the first step, because I'm still just going to be waiting. The fluid cell is probably a good idea now. Well, it's not going to take too long. I've only been here like a minute, and I've almost gone through a stack. Oh, I've just discovered something. Ooh, I might want that. I just remembered that New Horizons had a shop where you could buy some of the more annoying things to repeatedly gather. And I think I found the thing that I want to spend my credits on. 16 more or less free circuits. That is extremely helpful. A lot of this is going to be helpful. And I could have done that for the bronze, because it's not that expensive. Same for the steel. Alright, well I've spent long enough exploring the quests. I need to get some of this clay smelting. I think I need a stack and 58 turned into clay. Or not turned into clay, turned into bricks. And while the bricks are cooking, I need to get the clay dust. And these bricks are going to take a very long time to go through. Well, while I wait, I have just noticed that I might be able to make the fluid cell now. If I get a barrel and 2 copper plates, I can make a fluid tank, and then just apply it to the frame. And there, fluid cell. And I'm not entirely sure how this works, but if I mess with the water source here, I can move the aqueous accumulator there, and then I think just sticking the... no. Do I need to mess with configuration? Ah, I have to turn on auto input. Right, so there's water going in there. There's no water going... Oh no, that's just got cobblestone in it. Oh, okay, water is going in there, and much quicker. So this should have upgraded both of these then. I had no idea a fluid cell could just automatically export to things like that. Nice. No wonder it says you should invest in those. Well, the bricks are nearly done, but there's all the brick dust I need. I can then make all the fire clay that I need, and I'll use the wooden form for this. How many bricks? I can't turn all of them that way. I can still do some on the deployer, on the mechanical press, and now I just need to smelt all of this again. Alright, I think I'll grab some of these fire bricks, just so I can get started with the multi-block and do something other than waiting. So, I need my tools. I need to make the controller block, I guess that would be. It's going to give me a schematic, or not. And now, where do I want to put this? I think I might just extend this platform a bit. Yeah. Grab some more cobble. And I don't need to make this platform too much bigger. And I may as well continue this pathway as well. Yeah. Nice little platform addition. So now to try and follow this multi-block. And it looks like there's 3 different faces on it. I might be able to connect that through the wall? I'll see. I think that just accepts rotational power. So then that might go there. I'll build the rest of the multi-block around it. I think the controller goes there. I'm not sure which of these goes which. I think the orange goes on the bottom, which I don't think is that one. I think it's that one. Yeah, maybe? I'm not sure where the output bus goes. I can't find it in the multi-block. There's a bit of interior stuff as well. The pipe casings go like that, and then just fire bricks along the outside. Oh, wait a minute. That's where the other hatch goes. It goes here. I think it gets placed that way? Yeah. I think that's the full structure? Yeah. Okay, now I just need to hook it up. Right, how am I going to connect this up? I did line it up to fit through here, but I have given it space that I might not need to. I have an idea. I can go from a vertical gearbox to shafts up like that. Another vertical gearbox. I'm going to need even more shafts. And I think if I just stick a gearbox in the middle like that. Ah, overstressed. I thought so. What do I do about this then? Can I slow it down? That's it. Quite a bit slower now. I need it going a little bit faster for the mechanical mixer to work. How about that? It's starting to get messy again. I really want that speed controller. Okay, that's fast enough for the mixer, and not too fast that it overstresses the system. So then that should be this working. I'm not entirely sure which is the input. This takes a fluid? This is an item? Hang on, how does this work? Okay, I need water and crushed ore, and I'll just do it. I might want another aqueous accumulator, just so I can get that working. I don't know, I'll figure it out between videos. And then I'm definitely going to do a ton of processing out of this. But I think that should be enough for this video. I feel like that's reasonably significant progress. We've got a good ways into all the LV stuff. I might get the carbon brushes next time, maybe, because I'm probably going to need power soon. Maybe I can make it far enough for a Sterling Dynamo, I don't know. I might just continue down this line. I think I want to get a flint mesh next, so I'm going to need to go all the way to the assembler, and that's a pretty big chain. There's also just a ton of other machines that all just seem really, really useful. They are only in their basic form, but I think basic is enough at this point in time. Maybe I can start getting into some of the really big GregTech processing. Yeah, all of this stuff. And this diagram looks incredibly intimidating, but... Okay, no, there's no but. It just is intimidating. There's so much stuff here. But I've learnt to navigate it because of the small amount of New Horizons I've done, where this is almost exclusively what you're given to figure out what you need to do. At least in terms of the JEI, it does have its own quest system. And it seems like the macerator might be the most important thing here. That keeps coming up. And the centrifuge. Although this is assuming that I have ores. Is there any way I can do the doubling from the crushed? Or is it just the centrifuge giving bonus? No, the macerator can give some bonus as well. Same with the centrifuge. It doesn't look like I can double from the crushed, but I can get extras. And it looks like the best way to get extras is to just put it through this ore processing. And that does have a chance for a double. This wasn't part of the diagram, was it? No, it's not. Alright, this is getting progressively more and more GregTech heavy the later into the pack I get. And I'm having more fun as I go. But yeah, that's enough for this video. I've been recording long enough. I guess I'll just end it here. Bye.